Hello and welcome to Union Budget 2009, where you'll get a quick update on news related to the budget. Credit rating agency ICRA says this year's budget is likely to focus on infrastructure and welfare programs. It also says expectations are high for tax-related SOPs for the IT industry, infrastructure, and low-cost housing. ICRA also said authorities needed to establish regulators for some infrastructure projects and streamline the viability gap funding mechanism in which the government provides some of the funding to make public-private partnerships in infrastructure feasible. India's corporate borrowers are waiting for the budget to be announced before they make any big moves. Investors expect the government's new borrowing target will exceed the February estimate of 362,000 crore rupees. More government borrowing could put pressure on the corporate bond market. To find out more, we speak with our correspondent in Mumbai, Anup Roy. So, Anup, do higher borrowing targets mean crowding out of investments for the private sector?
Yes, it does. Why this borrowing target is important because it has an effect of crowding out private demands, and if the borrowing is very high, corporations may have to pay more interest rate to raise debts. The yields on the corporate debt also depends on the government papers. If the yield of GSEC is high, the yield on the similar maturity corporate paper also becomes high. So that's what I mean. If the borrowing is too much, then it will crowd out the private investment demand also.
And are rates likely to go up?
It all depends on how much will be the extra borrowing. If there is no extra borrowing, rates will probably fall from the present level. If the borrowing is between 20 to 25,000 crore extra, the rates will be stable. Even 30 to 35,000 crore also will do. Rates will be stable. But if it is like 50,000 crore or something, then rates will go up from this level.
So how much extra government borrowing do dealers expect?
Most of the dealers expect government to exceed its annual borrowing target of 362,000 crore. But what will be the quantum is a hotly debated one. Some are saying it could be as high as rupees 50,000 crore, and some are also saying that government may not exceed its target at all because it will likely offer lower subsidies this year and will stay away from big bang expenditures like the farm debt waiver of the last year. Proceeds from the 3G auction will also help in narrowing the deficit of the government. So how much will be the extra borrowing it is quite sure that, most of the dealers are expecting there will be an extra borrowing, but how much it is hotly debated.
Okay, thanks, Anup. And moving on, Urban Development Minister Jaipal Reddy wants the Finance Ministry to scrap excise duty on city buses. The Finance Ministry has already halved excise duty for buses over the last 2 years to 8%. The government has been trying to improve public transport in India's crowded cities and is already helping state governments buy more than 15,000 buses. The textile industry is lobbying the government to abolish the 5% duty on synthetic fibers when it unveils the budget. The industry says the move will make them more competitive by allowing them to buy cheaper fiber from abroad. About half the textiles produced in India are exported. And that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching.